So, I know a lot of people apparently thought Caesar was the tragic hero. I don't know how anybody could think that, because he died halfway through the play. So I said Brutus. I thought it was pretty obvious. Brutus was the tragic hero, as it tended to be, because he had good intentions, killed Caesar so there wouldn't be a lifetime ruler. Democracy wouldn't fall, or the Republic wouldn't fall, I guess I should say. Rome.
I agree with Christian. I think Brutus is a tragic hero because he did it to keep Caesar from taking the crown and for Rome, and only for Rome.
Yes, and the reason he's a tragic hero is because he dies at the end as a result of what he thinks is a good thing to do.
I said Brutus too.
I agree too. Because he was doing it for like his own Roman people. So it wasn't like his own, oh, I'm doing this for fun. Yeah.
He wasn't
It
doing it
wasn't
for
a power
selfish
struggle.
reasons. He was doing it because he thought it was
It
best
wasn't
for
for
his
individual powers.
And so like through the war and everything, he thought, he's like, yeah, I'm doing this for my people. And then at the end when he knew it was done, he's like, okay, well, I tried to do this for my people.
Yeah.
And killed himself.
He was also tricked by Cassius with the letters from the Roman people, which could say that he wasn't really thinking straight.
Maybe, but he probably would have ended up killing Caesar anyway, but he might not have, but he probably would have. Brian?
Not really. I mean, I don't agree with you guys, but I don't really know why. I just feel like, I don't know. I don't really know the questions.
Did you say you don't agree with us, or you do?
Don't.
What did you say was tragic hero?
Antony.
Yeah, but Antony didn't die. See, he could be seen as a hero in the play, but he's not the tragic hero. So I
don't
agree.
really know why.
He can be portrayed as a hero. That's basically what he was.
I had a lot of time to put this together.
Tragic heroes die,
Or have some sort of
or
demise.
have
Yep.
something awful happen.
Yep.
Anthony was pretty much good.
Superman.
Yeah.
They didn't say what happened afterwards, but they did make us do something good about it. Well, since we got that out of the way, let's go to two. Manipulate and persuasion. I thought it was Anthony who did like persuasion to the Roman people after Caesar was dead, because he talked about how like Brutus was a noble person, but he used the word noble so many times that it didn't seem like he's actually noble. So the people were like, oh well, he's not that noble, so maybe he's bad. Let's get him. And with also Caesar was gonna pay you 75 something, and then that he got people on his side, and so he like manipulated them, thinking that they're actually gonna get it.
Yeah, there definitely was manipulation there. Definitely manipulated a lot of people. But the thing is, they always liked Caesar before that, before they killed him, because he was a supposed tyrant. They really loved him. So it couldn't have been very difficult to get them to not like the people who killed their basically savior. A lot of them do, you know. So I can see where you're coming from there. You definitely manipulated a lot. But I'd say Cassius kind of takes the cake on the most manipulative. Okay, it has persuasive, manipulative. I say Antony is most persuasive, but Cassius manipulated the most, especially with the letters, the forged letters he sent to Brutus.
Yeah. Cassius got, like Brutus, on an idea of you have to kill Caesar or Rome will turn into a dictatorship or something.
Yeah, dictatorship. Which it did. And Antony convinced a group of people to go out and do his thing. Cassius convinced a bunch of individuals, I don't remember the exact number, I think it's 10 or something, to individually stab a person. All of them had to do it, so that might be a bit tougher than as a group mobbing, going to war with a bunch of people who killed people. So I don't know.
What about Brutus's speech he tried to give to the people?
Wasn't very manipulative. It was mostly just him trying to be honest.
He was trying to tell the people why.
Well, he was trying to tell them he was a tyrant, which he really kind of wasn't. So I can see that. But compared to Cassius and Antony, it's
He was
a
trying
lot
to do
more
the
minor.
same thing though as Antony, because he was trying to get
Yeah.
the citizens on his side. So he was kind of being persuasive in a way.
Is there as
being
much
honest at the same time.
is there as much power in just plain honesty for the idea of persuasion?
No, there's not. No, there's not. As much as there
Because
would be
Brutus
great
tried,
if there was, but there is.
Brutus tried to be like honest and he didn't get any people where Anthony was just, oh, look at that, and then this, and then everyone's like, oh, Anthony, forget the honest people.
Well, yeah, Anthony had the bribe on his side.
Yeah, and no one trusted him. Or like they trusted him and they're like, Brutus, forget him, he's too honest. And they didn't know that he was telling the truth too. Ryan, you have anything to say?
Just trying to read what's on the board. I don't know, I thought it was Brutus. I thought he was manipulative. Because,
When?
What?
When was he manipulative though?
I don't know, when he was trying to talk people into killing Caesar.
Yeah, but he didn't really do that though. That was Cassius.
He
It
still
was
got,
Cassius to start out with.
Yeah.
Then Brutus took
Brutus
control
helped.
of it.
Brutus helped.
well,
Mostly
Antony,
helped
like,
Cassius.
I don't know, like, set everything up, I guess. And then, you know, did a finishing blow.
Yeah.
So, definitely conspirator.
Well, yeah, of
Something
course.
like that. Definitely involved.
Which leads us right into point number 3. Let's see what do I have here. Oh, yeah, was Caesar really a tyrant? That's a bit tougher than it actually sounds. Because if you look at it from today's standards, you could easily say he was a tyrant. You really could, because all leaders back then sucked compared to now. That's just how it was. Leaders weren't fun. Nobody really liked them.
It still sucks.
So people, well, sure, but they didn't kill. They don't actually murder a lot of people. No,
Not
but
that we know of. They don't tell us things, you know.
Yeah.
They're not gonna tell us that aliens
yeah,
landed.
the CIA exists.
Hide it. Am I right?
But compared to everybody back then, you know, compared to, I have 2 examples. I have are Caligula and Nero, which are 2 really bad ancient Roman dictators. Compared to them, Julius Caesar was not a tyrant at all. He was a lot better.
Well, he never had the chance to take the crown or anything. So
No.
you can
So you
Yeah,
have
but
a
he
chance
still
to become-
ruled a bit because he was in the.
Well, he was kind of
He-
dictator because
He refused the crown 3 times or 2 times before
3 times.
he even actually took it, so
Mhm.
he wasn't even sure that
Yeah, he wasn't.
legally-
He wasn't after being king. No, that wasn't a title he was
He
really.
never really had the chance to be.
Well, that we know of. That we.
But that also could have been a publicity stunt to make it look like he didn't want to be king. Because the thing is, all rulers back then, or all politicians back then, were very power hungry. They wanted power. That was a very main thing way back then. And he was definitely power hungry, but that doesn't necessarily mean he was abusive and oppressive, which is what tyrant means.
But yeah, that could have been part of Caesar's plan. I mean, we don't know. He could have just refused the crown, you know, to make people think
yeah,
that he doesn't want to be it, but, you know, he really
Well,
does.
when he
Yeah.
was stabbed, he was gonna go back there and accept it.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they stabbed them on that day.
Okay, we've got about 3 minutes.
Oh, well.
I don't think he was that much of a dictator though.
Also, one thing, the people who would have considered Caesar a tyrant were the really rich people, because Caesar actually tried to help poor people. Let's see, I have an example here. He passed a law that required really rich landowners to have 1 paid employee for every 3 slaves. It might sound reasonable now, but they didn't really like that very much. They're pretty upset. So, basically, people from his class considered him a tyrant, while the underlings, who don't really matter, really liked him because he actually kind of cared about him a little bit. So, yeah, the powerful people considered him a tyrant, kind of gave him that title. Okay, I guess we should go to number 4 now.
So who would you vote for? Anthony, Brutus, Cassius, Octavian? Well, Cassius is out because he's little.
Yeah, he's a bit.
Brutus is dead,
The maker of the
so-
plan.
Well,
No, this is after
This is-
Caesar's death.
After Caesar's death, this is before they die. This is
Well,
pretending the
they're
war
going to
didn't
die,
happen.
So, I voted Anthony.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Octavius is a pretty cool name.
I don't even remember who Octavius
We
is.
don't get enough information about Octavius
Yeah.
to know if he's gonna be a good ruler
Yeah,
or
no,
not.
we really don't.
And who is he?
Isn't he the dude
Caesar's son,
alongside
isn't it?
Antony?
The nephew.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, I had, based on the information we get in the play, based on the characters we see in the play, I would say Brutus, because he doesn't seem power hungry and he doesn't seem interested in a power struggle. He seems to be genuinely interested in the balancing of power in Rome. He seems to actually be a decent human being who made a terrible mistake in murdering a dude so he wouldn't become king. You know, that kind of sucks. But that doesn't mean he's an awful person. I don't think.
Except he dies.
Yeah, but this is right after Caesar's.
Yes, we're pretending that
Yeah,
didn't
I
happen.
know, but I'm just saying he's gonna die, so then he needs another
Well,
ruler.
everybody is dead from back then now, so. But
just make you laugh sometimes.
okay. I say Brutus.
I would go with Brutus because you don't want Cassius. He's the one who got Brutus.
Cassius seems a bit power hungry. He seems to have a personal background with Caesar. Kinda, maybe a little bit, maybe a bit power hungry.
And I don't think Anthony really thinks of the people. He got him so angry at Brutus that the people ran him out of town.
Anthony,
Persuasion, though.
based on what we got from the play, we don't really have enough information to say would he be a really good leader. We just know he was emotionally involved with Caesar and he liked him, so he wanted to wage a war.
So is that, I'm going to hitchhike on something that Haley just said here about he was good at persuasion, though. What characteristics would you need to look for in a leader?
Someone who is responsible and cares about people, and someone who's going to do their best, not only for himself but for the country. And I think that Anthony would do that well, because he tried to, well, he didn't try to, he did, basically convince the Roman people that what happened was wrong. So,
Yeah, but did he do that
Yeah.
because he thought there needed to be justice for a genuine reason, or really because he had an emotional relationship with Caesar and he actually really cared about the person? Or was it?
It was out of revenge.
Yeah,
He was getting revenge for Caesar's dad.
that's definitely a part of it. There's absolutely no way it wasn't.
Final thoughts?
well, you said Antony too, so.
Yeah, but wouldn't you wanna get revenge if like your mom or dad was killed? Or
No, I
a close
wouldn't.
friend?
Why wouldn't you though?
I would.
Because I don't hate people. I want them to be. I would want them to get a punishment. I wouldn't want them to be just out on the streets and everything would be great, but I wouldn't want to just kill them. Because I don't know.
Well, like, you don't mean have to kill him, like, put him in prison.
Yeah, there you go. Sure.
Okay,
Obviously.
That happened
final
to someone
thoughts?
that you cared about, you would want something bad to be done to them. I would want revenge. Maybe I'm just cold-hearted. I don't know.
Final thoughts. Okay, the play was basically about a person who wanted to do a good thing, thought he was doing a good thing, but everybody disagreed.